Welcome back to the grind and welcome to Trading Post Day 5. I am a little late in getting this out there. There is about 8 hours left in the event as I am recording this. So if you have been waiting for this video, I hope you find this in time, but hopefully you've found some other advice and tips out there as well to take advantage of the deals in today's Trading Post. The first one is inner fires. You get 25 inner fires for 250 sigils, and this is not a bad offer. It's not a must-have or steal of a deal, but it is a fairly good offer if you really do need inner fires and you have the extra sigils at hand. This is a quick and easy way to grab up to 125 inner fires, and that would cost you 1,250 sigils. So not a terrible cost, but again, it's not a must-have deal, and I'm not in need of inner fires right now, so I'm not going to grab that one. The next one is wood boosts, and I wouldn't pay sigils for these. They're not really that worth it. Wood can be easily accessed in other ways. This one is very interesting. 3-hour speed ups. You get 5 of them for 500 ice shards. Now, most people don't use their ice and fire shards because, the ice turrets and fire turrets are, outshined by other newer towers. And the fact that you can trade in some of these, albeit it is a small amount for the exchange, but you are getting timers, which everybody needs. Everybody needs timers, so I would definitely grab these. However many you're able to grab them, because timers are one of the worst or biggest barriers as far as progression in the game, because you have to be able to build your base up in order to get higher tier dragons and so forth. So timers and egg tokens are really the biggest barriers to most players. Next, we have 10 gold chests for 300 sigils each. So you can get 100 gold chests for 3,000 sigils, and we should get very close to our sigils back. Probably not all of them, unless you get really lucky, but you should get at least 2/3 of your sigils back, plus you get everything else that comes with it. So these are in my opinion, a must buy, and you are going to lose out on some sigils, but you get a lot of resources in exchange. And we're going to open up 100 gold chests just to showcase it. So we spent 3,000 sigils on that, and we're going to see what we get in return. The last one is a glyph for warrior HP and rage generation. Now, the stats on legendary HP and attack glyphs are not the greatest. It's about 3% when you max it out, but the rage generation is something that's interesting to consider. It's almost 4% rage generation, and a lot of players have difficulty accessing rage glyphs and runes. And so having this one for 350 sigils is potentially worth the investment for various players. Again, similar to the other rune, if you're newer, you don't have access to many runes, every dragon needs rage, and so having access to more of these is definitely something that's worth considering. So I would probably recommend this to most earlier game, lower level players, but not for players that are higher tier and have access to more of these options. So now we're going to go and open up some gold chests. All right, so as you can see, we have a surplus of gold chests right now because I haven't been in the need to open them just yet. So I'm waiting till, I absolutely have to open them, or I don't want to end up opening them and wasting them when I don't need them. So I am going to open up 100 though for this video to showcase what we can get in return. So we didn't get that many sigils from this one, but we're at 250. I'm going to try to do the math on that. And if not, at the end, I'll add it up based on the sigil change and put a little tag in the video. And we're at now 625, and all these other items too, which is very nice to see. Yeah, maybe I'll stop trying to count the sigils and just move on and put it in after. So a good amount of inner fires there and some speed ups. That's always very nice to see. And again, some inner fires. That's awesome. And now we got some more egg tokens. That was a good egg token haul. Some more sigils and timers there. Man, this is awesome. There's some more sigils, mystic fragments, and egg tokens. And all of this is essentially costing us 2/3 if we get the averages of the sigils that we spent on it. So, or we're getting back 2/3. So it really only costs 1/3 of the sigils that you put into this, plus all of these other items. And there's some decent sigils there, black pearls. So this is something that I would recommend to everyone who can afford it. Unless you know that you're going to be extremely tight in getting a mythic this season and you have to pinch on every single sigil. But definitely any player who can afford this early or late game should definitely take advantage of it. And now I've lost track of how many I've opened. So that's not ideal. But I'm going to add it all up and see where we're at, and then figure out the average of the ones I've opened. So luckily we actually ended up opening exactly 100, even though I lost track of how many I was opening, and we did end up getting very close to what we had before. Prior to spending on these gold chests, we had 22,847, and so we only lost about 750 sigils, which is actually less than a third of what we spent on it. So we did actually a little bit better than what we were expecting to at the start. So not a bad deal for only 750 sigils. We got everything else from those 100 gold chests, and that is a very, very good deal. So if you can, I would definitely go for those gold chests. So I do hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.